Welcome back. That was a great video by Jan's Feline, and we're delighted that they are able to stay busy out on charter out in St. Martin, and we look forward to their return to the BVI when they are when they're ready to come back. So this next segment, we do have several of these interspersed during the next few days, and it's really to focus on charities within the BVI, organizations that are investing in the development of others in the BVI. So the Charter Yacht Society has partnered with an international program called Pack for a Purpose. And what we find is that guests who come to the BVI really want to leave something behind. They really want to give into the community. And we found that particularly so after Irma, guests were always asking, what can we bring? What can we bring? So when we partnered with Pack for a Purpose, it gives guests the opportunity to pack something that can be shared, can be given on. And we have adopted 3 different organizations, I guess you would call them. One is Youth Empowerment Program, and the other one is Family Support Network, and the other one is PAW, which is Pet. No, what is that? Sorry. PAW. The other one is PAW. You'll hear about that one tomorrow. But so this afternoon we have Stacey Mather, MBE, with us, and he is the head of Youth Empowerment Program. No, project. I don't know. I always call it program. Always call it program. You can change it if you want. But Youth Empowerment Project. And so he's going to share what it is that he does with the youth here. And what I want to say to start off with is this. We go back many years. We go back 16, 17 years. And I can recall having a conversation with you in the playground at Ebenezer Thomas, where my model children were playing happily in the school grounds. And we had this discussion about your vision for this project. And I remember saying, oh, please don't. I like you teaching my kids. And but I, of course, saw the great potential that you have for reaching so many more kids. And so here we are, I believe 15 years later?
17 years later.
Okay, 17 years later, but 15 years of youth.
Of YEP, yeah.
Yes, of YEP. And it is an amazing program, and we are honored to be, to partner with you and do what we can to get the word out there. So maybe you can talk a little bit about the program itself and how it's grown and where it's going.
Thank you, Janet. I recall that conversation very well. So good afternoon to everyone. YEP is celebrating its 15th year anniversary, the Youth Empowerment Project. It was first created as a pilot project in the BVI because we saw the need for out-of-school time programs and after-school programs in the BVI where youth were not being targeted directly, right, for their enrichment and their engagement. We didn't have programs that were assessing and determining based on research and based on feedback from children and stakeholders, the direction we wanted to go in the BVI where youth programming was concerned. So through the philanthropy of Dr. Henry Jarecki, we launched in 2005 after about 2 years of putting it together. To date, we've targeted close to 5,000 children. We're an international affiliate of the Boys and Girls Club of America. We're an international affiliate of the World Federation of Youth Clubs. We've branched our programs this past summer into Virgin Gorda. We had hoped that the project would have been expanded throughout the country or throughout the territory to at least have 8 centers, but that hasn't happened. We have a small building. We're able to do some amazing things there. Our programs include academics, art and craft, lifestyle, health, sports, cultural activities. We're big on water sports and that kind of stuff. And the Charter Yacht Society, in getting us involved in the Pack for Purpose program, has benefited us in tremendous ways, especially after Irma, where children were not able to talk about what they experienced, the destruction they saw, the panic, the fear they felt. They were able to express it through art. And I speak for our Messy Canvas program that has benefited tremendously for the Pack for a Purpose program, where markers, paint, and especially canvases that came in that have allowed us to create pieces, some of which are here for me to show you today and show your viewers. And, we get a call from Janet, hey guys, we have a backpack, we have a bag, we have this. And my staff and I get excited and we drive into town, we grab it, and then it turns into something that they can carry home, they can feel accomplished about. And I just want the Charter Yacht Society and those who donate to know that, what you send is being used, and it's being used in a meaningful way. Because no matter what age you are, that sense of accomplishment in doing something for yourself and then taking it home and displaying it, it's second to none.
That's great. That's great. And I have been to the facility a number of times and seen some amazing artwork. I remember the first time that I went and the young kids were so proud of what they had, what they had done. And I believe that there was a broker in particular from the UK who brought canvases. And I was delighted to be able to take some pictures and send them back to her and say, look what the kids have done with these canvases. So maybe you can hold some of them up and just show incredible work.
So this past week, they started doing acrylic pouring. We're on schedule. We're on online courses and mixed schooling right now. So it's been a bit of a problem, but these are a few of them. These are two.
Nice.
They've been doing watercolor painting over the summer, but these they've become really excited about. And then I have this one, which Miss Osborne, Kamik Osborne, who's the head of our Messy Canvas program, she sent this for you, Janet.
Stunning, absolutely stunning. When you walked in with it, I said, oh my goodness, that is absolutely stunning. And I am so excited about that. I'm sure that I'll have the perfect wall to put that on. So I just want to ask you about the experience of becoming an MBE. I think that is an incredible achievement and well-deserved, and you're always so humble about talking about these things, but it really speaks volumes about your role in the community and how you've been recognized as a leader.
So I haven't officially spoken to anyone about it. So you're the first to blindside me with a conversation, but it's okay. Out of respect for you, we go back a number of years. I was surprised. Wasn't something I had on my radar. Never something I thought about. In the BVI, what we found is that Queen's Awards are given to persons in their 60s, in their 70s, even in their 80s. So it wasn't something I was thinking about. But I appreciate it. It offered me a peace of mind to know that despite signing up for the project and looking for YEP to expand more over the last decade and a half, it said to me, at least, I did what it is I set out to do. It gave me a peace of mind for that. It also gave me the opportunity to say, you can do a little bit more. You can do a little bit more. But I'm humbled by it. It took me a while to put the letters behind my name.
Very
but
exciting.
I was pressured into it, so it's there, but I'm grateful.
And well-deserved, well-deserved.
Thank you.
Tell me about the challenges that you've been facing during lockdown and the COVID protocols and, social distancing and everything that how have you managed? Because you have quite a group of kids who attend the YEP program. So
this past summer we had enrolled online. I think Easter enrolled online. That was April. We had close to 250 children on 3 islands. Physically in summer, which was late July to the end of August, we had just under 100 on Tortola, and I think just over 90 on Virgin Gorda, because we did a physical program, and then we still had probably another 70 on both islands combined doing online programming. So one day this age group, this gender, the next day another age group, another gender. And it was difficult for them. They were grateful, always grateful, because they're getting out of the house, they're getting to socialize from a distance. But it was difficult for a lot of children after being out of school for, I think, 4 months, 6 months at the time, to engage. For us as a program, it's been difficult for us because as any business, you must have customers. So we've had to adopt what is going on and try and make it happen. As a nonprofit in the BVI, it's difficult all year round, but especially during COVID, where everyone has to think about other things as well, it became very difficult for us. We recently got involved in the BVI's meal project, which Dr. Jarecki has been doing, where Norman Island and Guana Island staff have been providing close to 800 meals a day, along with Bitter End Yacht Club in Virgin Gorda. So that has been something that we've piggybacked on, and we've helped with delivery of meals. So I think this Friday is when we end, and we've been able to do, I think it's going to be over 26,000 meals.
Wow. That's incredible.
So we moved from youth work to community work. I don't know what's next for yet, but wherever we can pull the slack, as long as we have the strength, we're going to help. So a lot of families were families of children with us. Right now we have children during the day, so we're no longer after school program. We're helping with academics during the day. Our bandwidth within the center is a little better than what they have at home. So we try to help give them a little tutoring, so at least they don't fall behind that much.
Great. When you started the program, I wondered whether it would be a particular kind of child that would gravitate towards the program, or whether the family would, encourage that child to participate. But honestly, when I've been there, I would have wanted to have been a student or a participant. I would have wanted to sign up. So do you have, is there a certain sort of demographic? Is there, are the kids come from similar backgrounds or from widely varied backgrounds?
So when YEP was originally starting, there was a rumor in the community that it was for at-risk children. What I've tried to create at YEP, along with my staff over the years, is we're not concerned about who you belong to, where you came from, what's your socioeconomic status, what's your immigration status. If you're between the ages of 7.5 to 15, sometimes you go over, sometimes you go under, because we break our own rules. Yeah. So once you fall into that and you're willing, once we have space, and most times we don't have space, we still take you. YEP is one of the few places in the BVI where you have high schoolers, middle schoolers, and elementary school students mixing together, at least prior to COVID-19. For us, it's just been about, you can make friends with someone that can become a lifelong friend. It doesn't matter what your background is. It's what you expect for yourselves. And it's always good for a child to have someone else outside of their family who has expectations for them. I remember a child saying to me, I said to him, I'm proud of you. That was actually something he painted. And he was like, wow, no one has ever told me that. At the age of 9, 10, a stranger telling you that they're proud of you should not be the norm for anyone.
True, very true. We actually have someone who sent in a question, and they said, can you share some of the supplies that are most useful to YEP?
Okay, so right now, painting is really a hit at YEP. So for our art program, it's painting. For our craft program, we can use just about anything. Some of the teenagers are making bracelets, so they need the cords for them. But for us, paint, brushes, canvases, any kind of acrylic or water paint is useful. But, in the Caribbean, we said beggars can't be choosers, right? So what we're basically saying, if you have something that you'd like to give us, we're going to make something out of it, because we are that resourceful. We recently started doing gardening with the children. So we try to grow things and give them. Spinach is what's growing best right now. But even on the island right now, we found that getting seeds is a problem. So if someone has something they want to donate, we're not going to say no. We're going to take it. We're going to make something happen with it. But again, as you can see, painting is booming.
Yes, I can see.
Yeah.
I went to the 14th anniversary, and there were a number of young people there who started in the program at a young age and now are leaders.
Yeah.
That's really encouraging.
Yeah, it is. What has happened over the years is they've matriculated out of YEP, but YEP has also grown. So we've seen that little jealousy, but also that commitment that I came from YEP. There's that sense of, this was my place. I know you're there right now, but I have the right to walk in and say hello. The one thing that hasn't changed at YEP is that freedom to express yourself and that freedom to feel safe. Mm-hmm. Each year we do surveys with children, and it's always interesting that children will say they feel safer at YEP than they do at home. They feel safer at YEP than they do at school. And that speaks volumes to the environment that we try to create. And again, I always must say it's because of my staff that environment is being created. 15 years later, it's a little difficult for me to relate to the children. I've now moved on to more administrative work, but we've been blessed to have staff that are very committed, who understand the children and who are willing to see the best in other people's children. I know growing up in the BVI, if I did wrong, I was corrected, and we've moved away from that. But that genuine desire to see others do better, even if they're not your blood relative, is a rare thing, and it's a beautiful thing when it's there.
I was really quite, don't want to say surprised, but it was really very heartwarming to see how well behaved the kids were when I was there. They were all very mannerly, and it was just exciting to see these young people who are, being raised up, and people are investing in their lives. And so how many staff do you have?
Oh, so right now we have, including myself, there's another administrator, and then we have three YDPs, youth development professionals.
Okay.
And they're being trained right now to get a bachelor's degree in youth development, because that continuation is necessary for us. I think that happened just after Irma. I was able to get them full time. But for 12 years before that, it was just two of us. We ran based on volunteers, and when volunteers didn't show up, we pulled the slack.
Wow, that's a lot. So you talked about maybe starting a branch in Virgin Gorda?
So that's something that's being discussed. It's left up to the Virgin Gorda community. Okay. The government also has a role to play, and the YEP board. It was originally the idea to have, as I said before, 8 of them, but that hasn't, come to reality. I don't know what the future holds, but I think it's a wonderful program, and I can see where we've had children express interest from Just Van Dyke, from Anigata, from Virgin Gorda, and other parts of Tortola, and it needs a grassroots movement to make these things happen, and maybe it will come. If it doesn't come in the form of YEP, even if it comes in the form of another program, I think it's necessary. Our children have moved on, and the desire to have more recreational spaces, more spaces of ownership for youth is necessary. We have a difficulty in the BVI where adults play in the same spaces as children or young adults, and they tend to pick up those habits. We need to separate our play areas for children. Although our island is small, we still need to do it. Mm-hmm.
Well, I know from the Charter Yacht Society standpoint, I would love to see some of our chefs go out to YEP and, do a day of cooking with the kids, or an afternoon of cooking, or, how to make a radish look like a rose, or, just work with them with food, or have the guys go out there, or ladies who who like the technical stuff and the mechanical stuff, and, have a look at an engine, an outboard engine, and what makes it work. And I would love to see some of our crew engage with them. So I'll keep on that.
And that's possible. Like you said, most people are surprised that when they get there that the children at YEP are well behaved. But they appreciate people spending their time and giving them time. Life is so busy right now for a lot of these young people. They may not get to interact with people in different fields. And there's a sailor at YEP. There's an oceanographer at YEP. There's a captain at YEP. There's someone there within our society or our program that will be the next big thing. But they need to discover that occupation. And the only way to do it is for someone to tell them, well, here it is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that the program gives kids a voice. One of the things that I've always found is that, we dote on the little toddlers, and they're cute, and they're, even their antics are cute. And then young people get to a certain age, or kids get to a certain age, and then we want them to sit down and be quiet and be seen and not heard, and we don't want to let them be kids. And I think that the most amazing thing is that YEP gives kids the opportunity to be kids. I think that a lot of them probably carry adult responsibilities at home as well, and so it gives them that freedom to just be a child, but also to be respected and in the sense of they have a voice, and these are young people who will one day, be running businesses, leading the nation. The possibilities are limitless, and so it really is exciting. And I think that there's nothing better than being able to invest in youth, really.
Definitely.
So I think that do you want to say anything to? So the brokers, you want to say anything to the brokers
So I guess
or the crews?
just two things. Thank you for your support over the years. We really appreciate it. This is the voice of an older person who's speaking on behalf of 8-year-olds Go Up, my staff. And also, as Janet said, you're welcome to stop by. You don't need an invitation. Stop by. It's good to catch us off guard and see what's going on, and we can take it from there. Our children are interested in doing things, especially outdoors. You know, we have freedom to make things happen, and we're always willing to partner, and we're always grateful for people who are genuinely interested in doing things with us. So reach out to us.
Great, great. So I just want to let the brokers and the crew know that on our website we do have a page that talks about Pack for a Purpose, and when you follow that link to the Pack for a Purpose link, it will take you to their page, which has the 3 different organizations we support, and in particular, and you can see the list of some of the items that that guests can be encouraged to bring down, but in particular, it sounds to me like painting is it. That's paint, brushes, canvases, whatever it is that you can tuck into a corner in your bag, or you can encourage your guests to tuck away and bring here. It seems that it will be put to good use. So
Definitely.
I really appreciate you coming by today.
We appreciate you having us.
And please, well, I'll send a special thank you, but wonderful piece of art, and I'm looking forward to hang it on a wall, and I will certainly take a picture of it and let everybody see it.
Thank you.
So I think that brings us to the end.